Break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down. Break it down, please. Please, I want everybody to come back into the sitting space. Everybody, please. Everybody, those taking photograph outside, can you please come back to your seats? Can somebody please tell those people that are taking photographs outside, can you please tell them we're waiting for all of them? Please, all of you outside taking pictures, we're waiting for you. Sazu Benga, Sazu Abati, Sazu Dari. If you are here and you are in Nigeria, say AA. If you are here, you're Nigerian, say ooh, ooh, ooh. If you are here and you are Nigerian and you really want to show, if you are here and you are Nigerian, say ooh, ooh, ooh. For those of you who are non-speakers and non-hearers of Yoruba language, please listen to this. Most of names, especially if you are Yoruba in Nigeria, come with prefixes. There's usually a prefix before your name. Like my name is Benga, but the prefix to my name is Oluwa, meaning God. So the full meaning of my name is God lifts me up. Benga means lift me up. Now the prefix to my name is Oluwa, which means God lifts me up. Now let us change our names, everybody, especially if you are Yoruba. Let's remove all the prefixes to our name and start using name of food. If you are Yoruba, just look at the name of one food or soup and then put it in front of your name. What is this? Ebamuyiwa, yes. Bekiri Yemisi. Iresi Titi. Your name is Titi? Very good. What about Ewedu Titi? Who else is Yoruba here? Emma Darugo Chairman. Emma Darugo Chairman. Ọ̀gá ti wá kan fúnra wọn. Àmàlà Bọ́lá. Ẹnu àmàlà yẹn ò tẹ́ mi lọ́rùn. Máa wá orúkọ bẹ̀ kan. Àmàlà Tolú. Ẹ bá mi orúkọ àwọn oúnjẹ kan tó ìkọ́kọrẹ́ ńkọ́. Iyánládé. Èmi gan máa ń rò kúrò ńgbà rẹ̀. Èyí mọ̀ nǹkan tí mo kàn máa ń rò kà wọ́n, honestly. Sometimes my thinking is just weird, you know. Máa kàn rò nǹkan mi báyìí. All right, we want to quickly make this up and then we can go into dancing. But I have maybe 2 or 3 other people that I want to call to the microphone to say 1 or 2 things. Okay, leave alone. All right, next I want to call on somebody. I will have to punctuate her eating. Yes, you don't mind?
No, I don't mind.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a very distinguished guest, a wonderful person, a great personality. Shall we please put our hands together for Miss Barbara? Go. Make some noise for Miss Barbara.
And everybody's eating. I'm sorry. Good afternoon. Thank you. My name is Barbara Goff, and I'd like to thank Addie for asking me to speak today about the important work you're doing. I have a unique perspective because I've been a nurse for over 35 years. And thank you. I've been in nursing for 40 years, but I've been a registered nurse for over 35 years. But I have a unique perspective because of that, and also because my brother Michael, raise your hand. I think everybody knows you already. Because he's been in your care for the past 6 months. So Addie asked me to speak about the important work that you are doing So I'd like to ask you, how many of you are caregivers? Raise your hand. How many of you are caregivers in the room? Okay. Thank you. So I'm going to begin with my family perspective and Mike's story, okay? And what brought us to Emmanuel. So Michael was born with cerebral palsy, and he lived at home for 30 years, surrounded by a loving, large Irish Catholic family. And I have 3 college degrees, but Michael has been my greatest teacher about life. After our dad died in 1985, it was difficult for our aging mom to care for him, so she found a group home in Annapolis. And he lived there happily for 20 years. And the last 4 years, we noticed that the care he received began to decline, and after administration changed, it really went downhill. Staff turnover was high and inconsistent, communication was poor, and there was a general lack of compassion. In fact, staff didn't even notice that Mike was going blind. It wasn't until I insisted during the pandemic that they let me visit him, and I noticed that his vision was severely impaired, and this was unacceptable. So Michael was taken to the ER upon insistence, and he was found to have cataracts, which have since been corrected. Our family often talked about moving him, but didn't know where to begin or if it was the best thing to do. So I reflected and I prayed about it often. My prayers went unanswered, so I thought, until December 17th, the journey for Mike and our family began. We're talking about December 17th, a year ago today, is when our journey began. So on this day, Michael went to the ER because he wasn't eating, and those of you that know Mike know that he likes to eat, okay? He was found to have a high Tegretol level, and we learned later that staff was giving him too much Tegretol, so they admitted him into the hospital, and he was found to have COVID-19. He must have contracted it from a staff member because he hadn't been out of the house for months, but nobody would take responsibility for this. Here's where the story gets sad and a little hard for me. So the hospital discharged him, but administration refused to allow him back to his home. We were told he had to eat 100% of his meals before returning, but after Mike was eating well, we expected him to get out of the hospital. We were told again that he couldn't come back home. So instead, on Christmas Day, this time last year, he was sent to a makeshift hospital in Tacoma Park for COVID-19 patients. He was sent there on Christmas Day. On December 30th, we were told they would try to get Mike home in a few days since he quarantined. Instead, he was sent to a rehab facility because he now became a 2-person assist. Michael spent 40 days in a rehab hospital where no one knew him, did not know how to communicate with him, so we declined. There was a different doctor and nurse every day, so I spent every day calling the hospital and assisting them over the phone how to care for Mike. The staff tried their best, but they were overworked and understaffed. From being left in bed, he developed muscle wasting, urinary tract infection, and a stage 1 pressure ulcers. In addition, he lost 20 pounds. He became angry and uncooperative. He didn't understand why he couldn't go home. Finally, my husband Nick said, "Let's get him out of there before he dies." We drove to the hospital on a dark, snowy night to rescue him, and we brought him to our house. We thought that surely the group home would allow him back any day now. Over the course of several months, when I spoke to administration, their reply was always the same: we need a reopening plan. We thought this was his home, So why do they need a reopening plan to allow a resident back to their home? My husband, Nick, was in between jobs. And Nick cared for Mike. When he cared for Mike, he came from a loving place. Nick has never taken care of anybody a day in his life. But I knew that Mike would be okay with Nick caring for him because he came from a place of love. We learned what it's all about to care for someone like Mike, and we were able to meet his needs with compassion and love. Thank you, Nick. After several months, we saw the writing on the wall. We saw that this group home was not going to take him back, and I began to reach out to other agencies. I reached out to the DDA, OHCQ, and we began our search. No one had an opening for new clients. We were still in the middle of the pandemic. We were beginning to lose hope. We loved Mike very much, but we were exhausted. And Nick had to return to full-time employment. Nick was taking care of him in the day. I was taking care of him in the evening, 24/7. I was making telephone calls and emailing daily to try to find a new home for Mike. Sorry about that. We were at a desperate place and felt our prayers were going unanswered. And then it all changed when I met Addie. Yeah, Mike. When I first spoke to Addie, I felt like my prayers were answered, but then I also wondered, is this woman too good to be true? She graciously accepted Mike. She graciously agreed to accept Mike and held a bed for him until the paperwork went through. She answered my texts and my phone calls over the course of several months and reassured me that Michael would have a home with Emmanuel. On July 17th, 6 months after being hospitalized, Michael found his new home here at Emmanuel. And I learned that Addie and her staff is authentic. When I first met this man named Aby, still don't know how to pronounce your full name, Aby, but I had a good feeling as well. Although quiet to us, I quickly learned that he takes his work seriously. He's attentive, he's professional, and dedicated to Mike. Ola and Tundi have similar work ethics. Thanks for all you do for Michael. Sincerely, thank you. Mike is happy in his new home, and he talks, he's happy in his new home thanks to all of you and his administrative support, Lottie and Bola and Dre and Ben and of course Addie. So that was a family perspective. So now I want to sort of talk to you all, especially those caregivers in the room, about looking at this from a nursing perspective. From a nursing perspective, it's important for you to understand how important the work is that you're doing. You're working with and caring for the most vulnerable in society. When you care for the vulnerable and you're doing the work that most people are unable to do, I believe you're doing God's work. During my nursing career, I have come to know that physical care that we provide our clients, residents, patients is important, but the emotional and spiritual care may be even more important. Over the course of my career, I've taught nursing assistants up through graduate nursing students and can say without a doubt that caring is the essence of nursing and the heart of nursing. We can easily teach a person to provide care like I taught Nick, but it's that love and caring that shines through that is most important. And I do believe that we can teach a person to care. And remember, you can be a role model for this. The work that you do on a daily basis displays caring. When you care for the vulnerable, you're working through the hands of God. When you look into the eyes of someone unwanted by society and actively listen, that is love. When you are informative and talk to family about the day their loved one had, that displays caring. When you take the time to try to understand a client who has a difficult time communicating, that is caring. When you put on a favorite TV show for your client, that is caring. When I was an innocent 17-year-old working in a nursing home and realized some of the tasks I was required to do, I knew I was going to heaven. So keep in mind, when you are presented with the task of assisting with sometimes unpleasant tasks such as bathing, feeding, and toileting, you are doing God's work. This is important work. You may not be receiving the financial package that you desire, but you're being paid in other ways. If you're establishing trust with your client, your resident, and doing this work for the right reasons, then you are rewarded every day through giving of yourself. If you're showing respect and dignity for lives that are frequently forgotten in society, you're showing God's love. Please know how appreciated and important you are. It has been said that success is not measured by the amount of money you make, but if you make a difference in the life of someone else. All of you are making a difference. Your work provides more than a paycheck. It offers you a chance for meaningful purpose in your life and to show your love and compassion for other human beings. It's a lasting gift, a true blessing. Honor and celebrate the path that you're walking. Thank all of you for your hard work, your dedication, and your love. And Merry Christmas.
Let's make it bigger for Miss Barbara Goff. Let's make it bigger for her. Wow, what a show of love. I'm sure Mike is enjoying every bit of this. Nonsense. How do we separate the word empathy from care? Is it possible? Because if you're going to do anything that has to do with caring for people, you must go beyond just responsibility. You must be very empathic. You must be somebody who can put who you are taking care of in your own shoe. You must be able to cross the borderline, do things that are even outside your own comfort zone. Ladies and gentlemen, to all the gentlemen and ladies here doing this great job, can we please put our hands together for everybody here? You are wonderful people. Not everybody can do what you are doing. We appreciate you so much. And that was a very beautiful story. That was a very beautiful, I call that a lecture because I learned some things from it. You know?
He's the lecturer.
I can see that. Thank you so much for that wonderful delivery. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, where I come from, there's an adage that says, Egunla. Okay. Anybody that can translate that in English? America. At disgrace, You know what he's trying to do? The proverb I just said in my language, I want him to translate it in English language. Can you please do that? Egunla ló ń kẹ́yìn ìgbàlẹ̀. Sẹ́yìn bá yín lẹ́yìn. Ó yá. Occasion ìgbàlẹ̀. God punish them. Kí ni ìgbàlẹ̀? Kí lójúbọ? No, ìgbàlẹ̀ yàtọ̀ sójúbọ. Altar. Kí wá ní pè ní pẹpẹ? Aja one. Anybody who wants to try? Okay, let's see how much of English language we speak. We all united. Kini Oyibo, what is the English language for kekere? Small, very good. What about konkolo? Small, oh, tiny. Kini binti, what about binti? Little. What about nla? Are you kidding me? The F9 parallel, no, F9 para, okay. All right, we gotta dance. I'll come back to that later.
The big masquerade.
For the sake of those that are not so conversant with the profile of this company, in case you are a staff and you have never really bothered to know some things about this company, let me just quickly intimate you about this company. Emmanuel Group Home Incorporation is a licensed DDA agency with compassion for individuals with developmental and intellectual disabilities. We offer residential personal support, supported living, shared living respite, supported employment, day program, nursing transportation, and community developmental services. We at Emmanuel provide community pathway waiver, community support waiver, and family support waiver. We are located at number 9206 Liberty Road, Suite 201, Randallstown, Maryland. Email address, emmanuelgrouphome@gmail.com. Shall we please give it up to Emmanuel Group Home? A big round of applause. Now, let me just quickly take us back to when one of the speakers, I think one of the house managers, said, this is the best group home. And you know the chairman was saying something like, are you sure? Now, let us look at the semantic function of best. What is the best? That's the question that will come to mind. Does best means the biggest? Thank you, my girl. Does best mean the oldest? So, now the semantic function of best here is going to be what? It's going to be in terms of delivery, performance. Ladies and gentlemen, for all the things we have heard, for the administration, for the staff, and for the corporate brand itself, shall we please give a big round of applause to this wonderful group home that is delivering. We just had a testimony from a live, we just had a testimony, and that is to say that we are really doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting close to going on the dance floor. But before we do that, we are going to show appreciation to our individuals for being with us. I want to tell them that we are wishing them a wonderful holiday season. So I would like to call on the executive director to please step forward here to the podium. She will be coordinating and be presenting the gifts to our individuals. Shall we please give him a big round of applause? I'll give her a big round of applause. She's going to be assisted by the coordinators and the residential director.
Thank you once again, sir. How's everyone doing? I believe you are all having fun. Yes. Do you like your food? Yeah. Really? I see the light on Kiara's eyes. You love your food, right? Oh. Thank you so much, Ms. Barbara, for that really compassionate and nice speech. Thank you. So we just want to make it a tradition of, appreciating our individuals for being compliant to a certain extent. you know, according to their PCPs, and you know, being there for us all through the year, even though the year had been really, really difficult. So please, I need you all to listen to your names, okay? As I call out your names, please step out for your gift, okay? So we have Mr. William Macy. Can somebody help him out, please?
Where's this tab? Yeah.
He's over there.
Where's Williams? Where's this tab?
And just that you know, William happens to be the second individual at the Emmanuel Group Home. He actually came in April 18th, 2018. You're welcome. You want to say something?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So the next person that we have here is Mr. Taman Rhodes. Taman came in May 18, 2019. Thank you. You want to say something?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then the next person that we have is Dejan Murphy. Dejan actually came in a week right after Taman. So that I know very well. Come on. Wow. And the next person that we have is Anthony Podlet. Anthony came in February 2019. Yes. Yeah, that's yours, Anthony. And our very first client at Emmanuel Group Home, he came in April 13th, 2018. Troy Germanos. Yeah. I want to try it here. I'll show you. Say something? Say something.
I love to dance. My name is Mr. Treason.
Yeah, good job. And then we have Miss Gloria Pablet. Miss Gloria Pablet.
Hey, Gloria.
You're welcome.
Don't capitalize on that 5%. You know, but the 5%, you want to let them know it's wrong, though, but you still have to give them credit for the 95%. The house managers, the staff that have been dedicated to us. Let me start from Ms. Joy. I think she was one of our first staff too. Our dedication, Ms. Buki. There's some things like some of the staff, they take the job beyond. There was a time someone just told me randomly that I think Ms. Buki or so will come on the weekend and take for blood work. Random things like that. I'm like, I don't think I ever saw it on the timesheet. Ms. Buki, was it on Saturdays you were going to do blood work? I don't think I ever saw it on the timesheet. People went above and beyond. So, like the director said, if the head, have you guys ever seen the head moving alone without the body? That's impossible, right? So you guys, I thank the staff, I thank everyone, I thank the individuals. I can't mention all the staff, but I see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, a big thank you. And for next year, by God's grace, bigger and better things in Jesus' name. I like what he said, I picked that up too. That we might not be the biggest. What did you say? Exactly, so I'll take that. Thank you very much. And you guys have fun, dance, dance, dance. We have a few more minutes. Thank you.
If you want to get paid next week, please make it big and better for him. If you want him to give me money before I leave, please make it big and better. Big and better. Sazu. Sazu. What a gentleman. What a gentleman. Thank you so much for being the head. Thank you so much for being a leader that I appreciate. How did I even know that they are married, that they are... I just look at the first thing, and you see, whoever did that program was trying to play on my intelligence. Instead of the first name being in front, they put the last name in front. I just went, 1 + 1. Adebola, Ogunosi. Oh God, I put 1 and 1 together. I mean, I'm just knowing you guys, but you guys are great. And you are going places. In the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you everybody for being here. I want us to just go quickly to this so that we can dance. So that I won't have to be punctuated. Let's go to the awards. And I want to bring the 2 responsible people. Not yet. Okay, then that means we'll have to break the dance because I think this floor needs to get activated. Now we want to go Sazu. Ladies and gentlemen, the first set of people to hit the floor will be the directors. They are going to open the dance floor. If we are lucky, if we get lucky, those are what get here on time. We just quickly do that before we bring others. So I want to call on the... Everybody? Yeah, nobody's leaving. Nobody's leaving yet. I just want you guys to open the floor. So maybe if we get lucky, they are what get here. We quickly do that and then we open it up. Nobody should leave. Nobody should go yet. Please, we have a lot to offer. So can we please call the senior management, the top management, the chairman, the executive director, the residential director, the coordinators to please step forward to the dance floor. Mr. DJ, let's blow this place up. Let's see if it's not my fault. Mr. King, can you please join the floor? Alright, everybody can join, everybody can join. Everybody can join. Dance, 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 dance. If you know you are happy to be here, decorator, let's dance. Give up. Come on. Give up, do it. Oh, guys, you are yellow.
Mona Lisa. You want to bamba? You want to team with the big boys? Like the run, get on it, like got that jump up. Hey, let me see how this thing goes. How this thing goes. Oh, yeah, tell them who then you. And who. Alright, take it easy, and let's see how it works. Okay.
It goes down when my G's connect. No disconnect. I can't close forget. If you don't you collect. Down when my G's connect. No disconnect. I can't close forget. If you don't you collect.
Yeah.
orin ẹ máa dúró. Ọmọ ìyá tíṣà. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ bàbá olówó. Àní wọ́n fẹ́ dá yín dúró. Wọ́n lè dá yín dúró mẹ́. Ẹ lọ náwó fún mi. Ẹ náwó fún mi kí n mọ̀ pẹ̀lú. Eva, come on, do it. Thank you. No vex. A round of applause for everybody. Please, everybody, appreciate the chairman on my behalf. I have just been employed. I don't want management, I want to be a DSP. Where in a house where they have females. You know that.
Most valued person of the year in person of Miss Adereti Ogunusi.
Most valued person of the year goes to Mr. Adebola Ogunusi Oluwafikayomi.
I didn't know I would get an award.
You did.
Thank you.
So thank you all very much for coming. We really appreciate you. God bless you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ma. A round of applause for all the awardees and for everybody here. Thank you, Mr. Ikokore Fikayomi. Inyolade Ikokore Fikayomi and Kiluruko Executive Director now. Begiri Bola. Emma Tepati. There are 2 more awards that we are going to give. 2 more awards. Most versatile DJ, DJ X1. Everybody say, ooh, ooh, ooh. Make some noise. I want to go award. And then most versatile MC. Number 1 MC in the DMV. The only MC that speaks 26 languages. In Europe. Sazu. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. I'm going to do the vote of thanks. On behalf of the company, on behalf of the entire management, I want to thank you very much for taking out your time to be here. After the dance, all of us can go home, but nobody should leave until when you have stepped on this dance floor. This is not just for the staff, it's also for the clients, for the guests, for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, thank you, thank you. Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year in advance. Mr. Sazu, let's do it.
I do the voice of this bit. Niger
shake body.
Baby, shake it. Shake it. Shake it. Shake it. Yes, so I'm the birthday, baby.
Oh, yeah, shake body.
What's up?
Them girls they feel me now. I get some money, then they feel me now. But then they do me anyhow. I don't get some money, they wanna get down. They want me for ransom, cause I'm young and I'm rich and I'm handsome. They want to know where I come from, and they want to come make us to London. All the blessings of love and the sea just they make me they shout hallelujah. I say all the blessings of love and the sea just they make me they shout hallelujah. They want me for ransom, cause I'm young and I'm rich and I'm handsome. They want me for ransom, cause I'm young and I'm rich and I'm handsome. Oh yeah, shake body.
You do shake it. You do shake it. Happy
Make you read
birthday.
aloud. Oh yeah, shake body.
I go man, many days I've ever seen. I am out there, every day I'm chasing life.
Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
I am will I go you wish me back.
One time, let's go. We got 50 minutes left.
I never come down.
Are you ready? Say 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cash up, only mother, dealer, who's the boss? Go now, get the shop clients, lock up. If you don't get money, leave up. Yes, this is for Japa. Show me this, no doubt. Cash up, only mother, dealer, small money, all out. Who's the boss? Go now, get the shop clients, lock up. If you don't get money, leave up. Yes, this is for Japa.
All the mothers. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Say what?
Say
Love me or you hate me, know me. No mess with me, no logo. Come on, love me, it's a better naughty. In a Maserati, baby, easy. Fine boy like you're easy. You won't keep somebody, hello sweet melody.
Take it back.
Well, I know this is my last, my last Christmas, my last celebration with Emmanuel Group Home. I'll be home soon in May, and I just want to thank Miss Heidi, I just want to thank Mr. Bowler, I just want to thank Emmanuel Group Home for all the love I get and all the love that's there, so, I mean, yeah. So, on that behalf, thank you so much, Miss Heidi, thank you, Mr. Bowler, thank you, Miss Lade, thank you, Mr. Anakin, thank you all. And thank you.